morning and hello. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day today. Okay. So today's class, we're going to be on the mat. We're going to stay on the floor today. And if you have available a long, I've got a band, I couldn't think of the word then, or a towel. Okay, so don't worry if you haven't got a band, you could use a towel instead, just a long one. I'm just going to drape it over your heels. So I'm just going to move my mat ever so slightly back a tiny bit there. So I'm squeezed into the corner of the lounge that has been decorated. So hey ho, up and early, up and early. Okay, so we are going to come straight down onto our backs. Keep that band to hand because we're going to stretch out our hamstrings before we come into a beautiful shoulder bridge little sequence. Okay, so as always, just a nice openness and those shoulders. Make sure lovely and engaged, zipping up those blue jeans. Okay, so we're just simply going to reach for that band and just draw one knee in and then gently up to the ceiling. So zipped up those blue jeans, lovely length in the spine and lovely length in your leg as well. But remember, don't lock that knee out and don't worry if there is a bend on that knee. So we're just going to articulate foot and ankle moment with just a lovely flex and point, a flex and point, flex, point, two more, ooh, two, and then hold that next flex, hold it. So lovely and long, zipped up here. Okay, lovely, lovely length. Remember, don't worry if there's a bend on that knee. Let's think long, even if you're not straight, always think that little bit longer and then point that toe. Okay. And then we're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, I want you to gently bring that leg towards your chest. So just find that real gorgeous stretch, breathing in through the nose. And as you breathe out, just try and relax into it a little bit. Now try to notice how close that leg is to your chest and how much length you have in your leg. Okay, and then gently soften. You're going to reach for the band slash towel and you're going to drape it over your heel. Okay, and then hold the band or towel nice and firmly. Okay, it doesn't matter about tension, okay, so you don't need to have your thickest band. So we're here, we're up lovely and long. Now, grab that band nice and tightly. So what we're going to do is you're going to push the leg into the band through the heel. You're going to pulse away from your body. So you're just going to push and pulse away. Okay, so try not to spring and run, let it go mad. With control, so you're pushing away and into that band. Two more, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and then we're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, let that leg come forward. Using that band just a little bit, but hopefully what you find, you've got a slightly deeper stretch. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then just gently release that tension, soften the knee and go straight back up. Now we're going to hold the band into one hand, same arm as leg. Okay, so we're just going to open and stretch the inner thigh. So the shoulder's nice and relaxed, opposite arm rested on the floor. Now this rested leg, you can keep it here or lengthen out if you wish. We're going to breathe in, and then as you breathe out, we are going to open that leg out to the side. Now, if you've got a bent leg like me, on the opposite one, you may find that knee wants to fall out as well. That's completely fine. I want you to try to keep your hips square to the ceiling and still nice and zipped up. So it's not that we're following that leg and falling over, okay? So, beautiful inner thigh stretch. So remember, if you're not comfortable with the leg bent, take it straight. But we're thinking about keeping those hips square to the ceiling and we're still zipped up. Now from this position, you are gently going to use that band to bring the leg slightly closer to your shoulder. Hold it and breathe. 3, The cat is very inquisitive to breathe in and start to lift that leg and breathe out. Back up into centre, soften that knee, straight back up. Now we're going to change hands. So opposite arm to leg. So remember this rested leg could be bent knee up, wherever you feel comfortable. So this time the leg is coming across the body. So remember, still lovely length, still zipped up, okay, arm nice and rested. So try not to push into the floor with the shoulder. So again, keeping the hip nice and square, we're just going to stay up. So your little cheek slowly just, still on the floor there. Beautiful stretch in the outer part of that hamstring. Hold it. Okay, now we're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to let that leg come further over and you're going to let that butt cheek lift. Okay, but try to keep, a little too close to the wall, that shoulder down. Okay, so you're letting that butt cheek lift. Again, another beautiful stretch. Don't let that core pop up. We're still zipped up. We are still engaged and taking that lovely long breath in and out. Now, same as on the other side. Breathe in, and as we breathe out, if you can, use that towel or band, gently take that leg slightly up towards the opposite shoulder. Oh, beautiful. Oh, 3, breathe in, and then lift, 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 and breathe out. Releasing that tension, soften the knee, and we're going to switch sides. So we're just having a beautiful, beautiful hamstring stretch before we go into our shoulder bridges, which hopefully should prevent any cramps. So again, drape it over your heel, whether you have a band or the towel. Okay, and then hold the band in either hand. So make sure that kneecap is facing you, okay, that you've not twisted out at all. Again, lovely length in that leg. Both hands, if you prefer, if you're able to, elbows down to the floor. Hold up nice and tight, okay? Don't need you in frame moments. Okay, we are now going to push into that heel. So you're pushing the heel away from you. Push away, gently back in. So remember, we're trying to avoid being bouncy. Push away, draw back in. 2 more. Push away, draw back in. Push away, draw back in, and then breathe in. And this time as we breathe out, use the tension on the band or towel to bring it in towards your chest. Remember, I don't want your bum to lift. Keep it nice and down. Zip up those blue jeans. It's hopefully a beautiful, beautiful stretch. My left leg's a little tight today. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then gently release that tension, take it up. Soften that knee, straight back up. So clasp the band, or towel, with just the one hand. Okay, the other hand nice and rested. So we're going to come out to the side. So just using that band or towel for support. Breathe in, just nicely zipped up here. Remember to get that little bit of tension wrapping around to the side of the waist. And then that lovely opening of your hip. So remember this rested leg, if you're bent like me, it will probably most naturally will want to come out to the side as well. And it will help you balance a bit. If you prefer, you can straighten that leg. Okay. So take it lovely and low. So close to the wall, I need to come a wiggle away. Okay. So remember, try not to roll on those hips, just keep those hips square for a moment for me. Then we're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, use the band / towel, draw up a little bit towards the shoulder. Beautiful stretches. Now today I remember to open the window prior to starting. Okay, breathe in, just take that tension off a little bit. Use the band / towel, bring yourself back up to centre. Release the tension, soften, straight back up. Let's change hands. So now opposite arm to leg. So remember, you decide what this rested leg is doing. It's completely up to you. Other hand, shoulders open, rested on the floor. So remember, beautiful length if you can. through the spine. Okay, zip up those jeans. Breathe in and then breathe out. Bring that leg and the band across. Now we're going to keep the butt cheek to the floor. Okay, hips are square. So you've got a beautiful stretch, outer edge. Okay, zip up those blue jeans. Remember, keep that beautiful engagement. Are we ready? We're going to come further over. Breathe in, and then as you breathe out, let that butt cheek lift. Bring yourself across as far as you can. Now that opposite shoulder, try to keep it down. Okay, and try not to let this elbow just kind of rest here. Okay, use it. Make that body weight work. And then breathe in, and the same as last time, lift that leg slightly towards the shoulder. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. So, 4, 3, breathe in, just release that tension a little bit. Use that band / towel to bring yourself back up and center. Soften, release, and just pop that band or towel to one side. Soften one knee and then the other, and we're ready for a nice little shoulder bridge sequence. Okay, so hopefully there shouldn't be any cramps. We've had a lovely stretch out of those hamstrings. So as always, no blocks or bricks or pillows under head, okay? If you're at home, make sure there's nothing under head. Arms, that beautiful natural V shape. As you look down, knees follow into your hips, down into your ankles. Okay, so remember how that weight is being borne through your feet. You've got that lovely triangle of weight from the centre of the heel out under the toes. So we're going to breathe in for our nose. Breathe in. As we breathe out, that lovely little tilt of the hips, you push the back of the ribs into the mat, and then we start to peel away. Now remember, you're not just peeling and lifting here. That's dead easy. You're thinking one vertebrae at a time coming off that mat and making yourself lovely and long. So you should feel that glute engagement. Head, neck, shoulders are rested. Make sure you've not sunken in, you've not squished in. Zip up those blue jeans for me. So remember, lovely and long. Imagine there's 2 threads poking out of your kneecaps like a puppet, and you're being pulled slightly to that wall that or sofa or wherever you are, that your knees are facing. Get that beautiful feel, that lengthen. Okay, it's not about a lift, it's about lengthening those glutes. Maybe you might have a little bit of a tremor. Okay, nice and relaxed. Now we're going to articulate the feet again. So we're going to come up onto the ball of the foot and gently down. Ball of the foot, gently down. Lift and lower. Lift. And again, it's not about lifting here. We want to isolate the feet. Both together. Lift the heels, lower. Just for 4, 2, and down. 3. Oh, that's a lovely brace. And 4. And then we're going to lift the toes, peel the toes from the floor, release. So still trying to keep that lovely length in the body. Okay, 2 more, just for 4. Last one, 4. And gently down. Now I want you to engage lovely length again. Are you nice and open and relaxed in those shoulders? Not squish that neck and those glutes round tight. Okay, now I want you to engage one glute at a time. Okay, so sometimes I find if I close the eye of the glute I want to squeeze, it helps me get that connection, and my tongue pokes out too. So squeeze one glute, release, and then come across. So it's that real lovely mind-body connection. Switch, squeeze one glute. So you're not really going to see much movement here, okay? But and the other side, just the one. Now I've got my one eye. Release the other side. Just get that lovely connection. Squeeze that glute. Release. Come across. And notice, does one glute feel like it's engaging a little bit, firing up a little bit better than the other? That real lovely mind-body awareness. Last one each side. Switch. and now double. Both glutes. See if you can feel them firing up. Length, length, length through those thighs and through those knees. Breathing in, and as we breathe out, we're going to come down. So remember, one vertebrae at a time. Almost imagine you can feel them going click, click, click as they come down to the mat. That lovely softness in the hips. Get that lovely, as they come down. One knee in at a time and a lovely circle. Release that tension. And then the other side. Circle, circle. 3, 2, and 1, and gently back in. So we're going to come back down and we're going to have another little shoulder bridge set. Okay, so hands nice and in that lovely relaxed V shape, shoulders open, blue jeans zipped up, that lovely breath in, and as we breathe out, tilt that pelvis, the back of the ribs pushing down into the mat, and then we get that lovely, lovely lengthening. If you can, take a peek, make sure those knees haven't flared out or dropped in, and make sure those hips are nice and square to the ceiling. And if possible, bring your hands up and make sure you're nice and flat as well, okay, so you haven't developed a little twist as you come up. Now we're going to come straight up onto both balls of the feet. So lovely, lovely length still. And then gently lower down. Now we're going to come up onto the ball of one foot. Okay, now we're going to try and lift that leg, okay, the one where we've just raised the heel. So prepare yourself, load that weight nice and evenly across the shoulders into that other foot and draw it in. Okay, so you can stay here if you wish or extend that leg long. Just try not to let the hips drop right down. If you need to lower a little bit because it's too challenging, that's fine, but stay square. 4, 3, 2, gently soften. 4, 3, 2, and gently down. Okay, and then to the other side. Lift that heel. So we're preparing ourselves. Get yourself nice and stable. Start bearing that weight through the other leg evenly across the shoulders. Arms in that lovely natural V. 3, 2, 1. Draw that knee in. So you can stay here. Don't worry if you've lost a little height. Keep square. Okay. If you like to, extend through. So remember, try not to twist. It's about that lovely alignment more so than the height. Okay, I can't seem to say that and do it at the same time. 3, 2, and knee in. 4, 3, 2, and down. And 4, 3. Breathe in, and then breathe out and come down. Draw one knee in, then the other, and 2 circles either way, just, and then you switch. 1, 2, back into centre, and then just a little hug of those knees towards the shoulders. A little bounce, so just releasing, stretching those glutes, but you haven't let those abdominals pop up. 2, and then hold that next little hug. Hold it here. These shoulders are still nice and open and down, and then we're gently going to peel up into a little ball. So remember the airway, don't squash down. We're still zipped up on those jeans, so you're kind of just looking over your kneecaps. Squeeze a little bit more. Squeeze up into that lovely little ball. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then gently lower and bring those legs out into tabletop. So we're going to come into the classic 100. Okay, remember, take a break if you need to. I'm going to keep head, neck and shoulders nice and rested on the floor. So remember, if it's a little too much, modify at any time, increasing or decreasing. Okay, so I'm going to go, I think, for a hybrid today. I'm going to have one knee bent, one leg out. I've zipped up those blue jeans, put my arms nice and narrow, open those shoulders, sliding them down my back, and that lovely lift. So you can choose to peel if you wish. Okay, take a nice breath in, get ready. Breathing out, and now we're gonna go. That lovely breath in and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out. Breathing in. So I'm just showing you a little bit of a mix, a hybrid, different leg positions. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Keep those blue jeans zipped up. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Now if you're with me, change positions. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. 2, 3. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. 3, 4, 5, and relax. Draw in, circle those knees. Just 2 circles each way. Are we okay? 1 and 2, and gently back and in to centre. Okay, so we are going to come into a reverse abdominal curl. So your hands come back down to the floor, that nice little natural V, and we're going to take both legs up to the ceiling. Now, I'm going to keep a nice little bend. So just check your knees line up with each other. You've not twisted those hips whilst you're on the floor. Zip up those blue jeans again, and they're going to have that lovely little rocking motion. So just start that little sweep of the legs forward, and you start to feel the bottom of that bottom, the bottom of the bottom heel from the mat. 3, 2, 1. Now you can stay here, or if you're able to, bring in that little sweep, lift. Okay, sweep and lift. So remember, don't let that tummy pop up at all. See the difference? Look, pop, draw back in. So hopefully, okay, that lovely little reverse abdominal curl. So use a bit of momentum, sweep, lift. Sweep in, touch the toes to the ceiling. Sweep in. So those of you a little bit more practice, use slightly less momentum, okay? So, okay, 4 more. 3. 2, where did that come from? And 1, and then gently lower down, relax and circle. Just 2 each way. 1 and 2, and then gently back and in to centre. So we're going to come into a single leg stretch. Another beautiful classic move, one of my favourites. So extend one leg away. Okay, thinking lovely and long. Okay, just slightly elevated from the floor at the leg. Now make sure you've not let this hip drop open and that knee come out to the side. We need to keep yourself nice and square. Okay, so same arm as leg, just rested underneath that kneecap, opposite arm, reach across onto the shin. So remember, I teach this with the head, neck and shoulders nice and rested, because otherwise I find sometimes people just get so bunched up and lots of tension in the head and neck, and it's all about these abs and legs. Okay, so we're going to go super slow on a 4 count. So if you can see my fingers there. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3 is a catch, 4 is the pulse, okay? So 1, 2, catch, little squeeze. 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 3, and catch. 2, 3, squeeze. 1, 2, 3, and now double time. Ready? So we're going to go 1, 2. So you catch and squeeze, catch and squeeze, catch, squeeze. Now remember, well, you're not going to forget to breathe. It's instinctive. Okay, hopefully. Remember, there's different types of style of breath. You can go breathe in, breathe out, or that slightly lovely long breath for 2 leg moves, and then breathe in. So remember, catch and squeeze, lovely and long in the other leg. Back, make sure it's not moving, make sure you've not let that tummy pop up. Zip, zip, zip. Keep going. 20 more, Juliet. Marianne. Who's counting? Nobody. 5, 6. I'm going to take it to 10. 8. Sets. 9. I did say sets, didn't I? Last set. And 10. And gently draw in. Relax. Circle those knees. And circle the other way. 2. Last one. And gently back in. So we're going to take both legs up, lovely and long again. So hands in that lovely natural V, arms, open shoulders again. Remember, still zipped up. So make yourself as legs as long as you can, but don't worry if there's a bend on the knee, but think about making them as long as you can. So I can still get quite a bit of length in there, even though my knees are bent. If you've gone for a straight leg, remember, please don't lock out. We're going to come into some inner outer thigh work. So we're gently going to let those legs come out to the side. Now observe them. See whether one leg wants to move much faster than the other. I want them to stay the same and the same distance. Okay, breathe in and then lift, breathe out. I want them to move the same speed. So again, don't worry if there's a bend on the knee. Think long though. Now sometimes I find it easy using the arms as a guide. So your arms will follow the legs, okay? So keeping those hips square because I want them to move at the same speed, the same distance from the body. Oh, got a little cramp in my toe. 2 more. So don't worry if those knees are bent or if those legs are straight, don't lock them. Same speed, same distance from the centre. So use those arms rather than kind of trying to, oh my gosh, that sky is beautiful out there. Now that distracted me. And again, wild swimming today. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now this time we are going to hold it open. Hold. So the arms can come down and you can rest them on the inner thigh and tuck those fingers here if you wish. Or rested. But make sure you're not all hunched up. Beautiful length. Go on, make those legs longer. Zip up those blue jeans. Make that spine longer. And then we're simply going to flex and point. Flex and point. Flex. Point. 2. Then hold that flex. We're all going to take our hands just behind those thighs and then we're gently, like at the very beginning with that band, try and just bring those legs a little bit closer to those shoulders. Point the toes and then really breathe out, try and relax. Don't worry if those knees are soft, your legs can be in half if you wish. Just really relax, get that beautiful stretch. Keeping those hips square, again, make sure you're not tilting or rocking through and you haven't let that tummy pop up. Zip, zip, zip. 4, 3, 2. Take the hands to the outside of those thighs and breathe out. Remember, you can be full-legged, short-legged. Draw in, relax and circle, circle, circle. 2 and 1. Other way. 2 and 1. And then gently back and in to centre. So we're going to take one foot down to the floor and the opposite foot to the ceiling again. So just check here that kneecap is facing you. Don't worry if there's a bend on that knee. Okay, we're still zipped up. Ribcage nice and relaxed and open. Okay, and then we're simply going to flex and point. So if you've got that straight leg, don't lock out. Anybody else wild swimming today? Come on. 2. And then hold that flex foot. Remember, plantar flexion, dorsiflexion. So lovely, lovely flex. Try and get beautiful stretch. Calf, soleus. Really, really. So again, don't worry if there's a bend on the knee, but imagine you're making that leg as long as you can. And again, just there's that kind of passive kind of engagement, and then that I'm lengthening my spine, my leg. I'm involved. We're going to turn the toes out towards the same shoulder. So what will happen is the knee will also turn. Okay, and just hold it there. 3, 2, bring the toes back forward facing, and then across towards the opposite shoulder. That may feel quite a little bit unnatural. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back, relax the toes, soften, down, and switcheroo. So remember, lovely length through that spine, blue jeans zipped up, and flex that foot. Get that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stretch. To the Achilles. Okay. And then we're going to turn the toes, the knees will follow over same shoulder. Same shoulder as leg. Okay, so that probably feels quite straightforward. Bring it back in, and then we're going to turn that inversion. Okay, so turning in. So that kneecap facing across to the opposite shoulder. Remember, we've not collapsed here. We are actively engaged. 4, 3, 2. Bring it back forward facing. Relax the toes, soften the knee, draw the other one in, and then we're going to take both up to the ceiling. So we're going to finish with an L stretch. So we've literally got that lovely letter L, and we're going to try and make ourselves as long as we can through the legs and through the spine. So a little bit like a puppet. So remember here, I don't want the chin to lift. You're not lengthening the spine, okay? Keep that lovely natural eye gaze up. There's that string like a puppet pulling you, and it is literally, it's grabbed you at that pelvic floor, and you're pulling all the way through, lengthening through those legs. Try not to tense those arms, the shoulder or the jaw. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, I've got a nice little tremble. Hold it, come on. Draw in those abdominals. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently soften, circle, circle. 2, and then the other way. 1, and 2, and then gently back and into centre. Now we're going to bring ourselves to seated in whichever fashion you like. Whether you want to place one leg to the floor, kick out and roll, whichever you prefer. So we're going to bring ourselves to seated, and again, sit however you feel comfortable. Make sure you're on those seat bones though, okay, and that lovely zip up, open those shoulders, kind of hiding behind this t-shirt today it feels. All hail the female, never hide. Okay, crowns are back on. Remember that lovely natural eye line, that will always be that beautiful guide for the chin. As soon as you start to lift, don't want to hurt yourself, but deep breath in through the nose. And then as we breathe out, I want that chin to dip, 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 dip. Breathing out. So make sure you find that stretch on the back of the neck, okay? And then breathe in. And we're going to go all the way back and over. Remember, these lovely fine muscles here prevent us getting the jowls. Breathe in, bring yourself to centre, and then breathe out, gently lower the ear towards the shoulder. So again, don't lift the shoulder, keep yourself nice and square, we're still zipped up. Do, do, do. Breathe in and across the other side. Remember, so again, you may get a couple of little crunches and cracks, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And then we're gently going to come back up into centre. I want you to take your arms up and out to the side. Now we're going to deliberately lift that shoulder up as high as you can, drop it down, as high as you can, drop it down, high as you can. Up to your ear, so going the other way around. So you may hear a couple of little clicks and cracks, it's fine, it's fine. As long as there isn't any pain associated. Oh, I'm very crunchy today. Ooh. Okay, and then together, shrug up, and down, shrug up, open it. Last one, shrug up and down. Hold those arms there. We're going to turn those palms upwards. So hopefully even just that little twist from palm down to palm up, you can feel a nice little stretch in that forearm. Make sure you're nice and even. You're on those seat bones. Breathe in. I'm going to take those arms up and then that lovely breath out. So if you can watch the hands. Do they meet in the middle? And again, just making sure that you're not lopsided. A little bit of tension in those hands and breathe out as you bring the hands down in front of you. Again, nice and even. But you go a little bit boss-eyed and down and into centre. So just open those shoulders one final time. Take that gorgeous breath in and breathe out. And once more for class, breathe in. And that lovely breath out, and thank you very much. So thank you very much for joining me. I was a bit worried about being squished in the corner, but it's worked quite well. So, which day is it? It's Friday. Have a lovely weekend. I hope this beautiful, beautiful weather stays. And if any of you wild swim, I'll see you there. Okay, take care for now.